more grunt to it. Hello, people on the internet watching YouTube videos. Welcome to this. A video on my daily driver, my 2021 Ford Bronco Black Diamond edition, which I have some new parts that I would like to install today. So if you're new and you like to get caught up on something other than a pokey horse, up above my head is a link to the last video where I worked on my RA21 Toyota Celica, which I'm currently waiting on parts for. Box number 1. This is kind of heavy, heavier than I thought it was. This should have been one of the first things I installed on this when I first bought it. Anyone that owns one of these 6th generation Broncos know that this vicinity is a source of major damage to the paint on the side of the truck. Take note, Exhibit A. I already have a rock chip and this thing barely sees off-road. Color tech data with great pictures. Difficulty level, fairly idiot-proof. Can't screw up a picture. In my opinion, the factory splash guards you can get for these things too are hideous. They look like something you'd get at like Walmart or the auto parts store. They sound violent, but they don't break. This is just one of 3 things I'm installing in this video. The next 2 things are under the hood and are going to add some horsepowers and make it look better. All while staying on theme with the OEM Plus theme. I said theme twice. I can pry that back. Oh, I really want to clean inside there. Well, it's not that bad. And then that's like the equivalent of a robot teabagging. Yeah, they match my workbench, gold zinc. Not a huge fan of this step. These things could potentially scratch the paint and cause corrosion in here. What they should include is a little strip of clear bra that you can put around the paint right there before you slide your nut plate on. That way it doesn't cause any corrosion issues if you live in a salty climate. But luckily I'm in Arizona, so I don't have to worry about that. Screw the screws, NB. Rotato potato. Not a super fan of how that looks. They want you to put the felt inner fender liner on the outside of the bracket, which is going to create an awkward gap in there where trash can get in the back of it. I don't really like that. Also, something I'm not really a fan of, if you look at the curvature of the sheet metal right here and the fact that the bracket is straight, the shapes don't work like that. So we're going to do this. We're going to put it on top. That's a little bit better. It's not exactly perfect this way either. I can see why they designed it like that, but still, at least this felt liner kind of fills up the gap in the center and it keeps trash from getting inside this gap right there that you would have if the felt was on the back side of the bracket. Screw the screw. Okay. Yeah. No way. Are those the same as the OEM ones? They're longer. This is called anti-shock cotton. That's interesting. Oh, I bet you we could use that to fill that gap that I didn't like. Anti-shock cotton. That's so weird. You didn't actually think I was gonna not do this, did you? Wipe, wipe, wipe. Okay, clean underneath the flare because I'm sick in the head. About here. Down. Okay. I don't want to stretch the foam because then it won't do its job. I gotta kind of actually bunch it up a little bit. It's a little tricky to get to this last lock right here. Also, that's a pocket for crap to get trapped. Nope, it won't actually. I take that back. It'll fall right out the bottom. I also added a little scooch of that adhesive padding right here just in case this thing wants to vibrate. It's not bad. It's fairly OEM and clean looking too. There's just a tiny little manufacturer logo right here with some little trees in the background, so it's not bad. I know, I saw I missed the bottom of the flare. Dirty. Well, looks like a whole lot of not my problem right here. Just joking. Man, there's a lot of brackets for the back. Oh, rocks in my face. Man, these things are delicate. Install snap nut and test if the screw can be screwed normally. Do you like being screwed normally or do you prefer anal? The words got cut off by the picture. Please be a tasty schnickerdoodle. Ah, that's why they gave me so much of Auntie's shock cushion. Got it. I'll trace this out. Yeah, that looks about right. Prep the surface. I'm using the stuff that you prep paint with before applying ceramic coating. It's kind of like alcohol, but not. Doesn't dry out the plastic. Okay, anti-shock cushion. Yeah. Smell? Ooh, it doesn't smell like shower curtain. I thought it would. Ah, recessed pockets for the hardware. Good, that's attention to detail. All the hardware they included with this kit is the exact same length, which means there's a lot of excess left over. Not really a fan of that, but I mean, I guess it saves idiots from mixing up the hardware. Oh, that's super rugged. Okay. It attaches under the factory recovery point. These guys have Loctite on them from the factory, so I'm gonna put some more back on there. That thing is massive. That's crazy. That's a huge plastic clipper doodle. It's the right thing to do. Got it to work it. That works, other than one complaint, having an exposed Allen head right there. As far as the other side goes, I'm just gonna snap my fingers to get it done for you. Ta-da! All done. Problem solved. Check this out. Little black plastic cap head Allen covers that snap onto the Allen bolts. That will solve the silver Allen problem. Hello, my ant friends. I have a piece of chicken for you. Enjoy your chicken. Welcome to the following day. Now, for some fun stuff. The Broncos with the 2.3 Ecoboost don't have the prettiest looking engine bay in the world. There's just a mess of plastic and spaghetti, and the valve cover is plastic, so it's not really that attractive looking. And what I find weird is the Rangers equipped with the exact same engine, as well as the Mustang and the Focus RS, all had engine covers to make them look better. So, being that the Ranger's 2.3 is the identical engine as the Bronco, I ordered this. Ooh. Ah, genuine OEM part. Did it come with hardware? Hell yeah, it did. Genuine OEM part. OEM 19 and up Ford Ranger engine cover. And it's foam. It's squishy. So if you look at the valve cover, it has the threaded holes in it already for the engine cover, but it just doesn't come with one. Little studs. How high does that have to be? I think just like that, actually. Much, much better. I like it. It just cleans things up. It's subtle, and I like it. It's OEM Plus. I saved the best for last. I bought the Ford Performance tuner for it, so now I'm gonna add some power. Yay! Like many other tuning softwares, you gotta download the program onto a $220 junk laptop just for tuning. Wizard, that was like the worst enemy in Super Mario World. Oh, the device is actually kind of cute. It comes with a little rubber cover too. Gotta do a firmware update before I can use it. Yes, update everything. Okay. Came with a little suction cup mount. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that on there because it'll just bake in the sun. I can't have this cord just dangling like that. Agree. Data logging, that's kind of cool. Not that this is intended to be any form of a tutorial, because quite frankly, you don't need one to do anything I've done today. It's pretty damn easy. But there's quite a few features that this little thing will do. And one of the main features that I liked is it allows you to adjust your speedometer for larger tires, which is something common people are gonna do with a Bronco. And then the more important bits, the power adding factor. It adds 30 horsepower and 50 pound-feet of torque, bringing it from 300 to 330 and 325 torque up to 385. Continue, save stock cal, sure. Exporting stock tune. Now the tuning software has my stock tune. Ah, neat. It's asking if I upgraded my front diff. Not yet. Look at that, it's all kinds of different options. This whole thing was making squeaking sounds when it was installing. The likelihood of your battery going dead while you're doing this and bricking the ECU is super slim, but just in case, it's kind of good practice to hook up a tender. Ford's pretty smart for making this because they knew aftermarket companies were going to do tunes on their vehicles, so they just figured they'd do it themselves and then sell it. And at least this is factory warranted, so Performance Cal, continue.
911.
Whoa, okay, that's weird. Writing block 1 of 6. Oh yeah, 6. This is gonna take a while. Oh, now just jump to 3. 5. Hey, it's done. Took about 5 or 6 minutes. So my 285/75 BFGs are 364 revolutions per mile. 634. Ta-da! Ah, gauges. That's right, it has gauges. Oh geez, basically it's every single parameter that the ECU can monitor, you can select as a gauge. Like literally everything. Now I didn't do a before 0 to 60 or quarter mile test to compare results. I don't really care that much. I care more about how it feels because you don't drive around with a stopwatch everywhere. You drive around with your ass in the seat. And it's pretty hot out. Oh, the auto rev match downshifting just did its thing. That's so weird. I wonder if it allows you to disable that. Settings? No, it's not in there. Diagnostic? No. Service functions? No, that's definitely not it. Oh, that's cool. That's kind of like VCDS for Audi, Volkswagen. Tire gear adjust? No. Module info? I wish there was a way to toggle it on and off. I wonder if there's a way I can use one of my aux switches up here to do that. Let me try putting this thing into Eco and see if it still does rev match. Okay, does it rev match? Yep, it does automatically even in Eco. All right, let's see if I notice a difference. I'm gonna put it into sport mode. Ready? Oh yeah, a little bit. It's got a little bit more grunt to it. It's subtle. I mean, 50 pound-feet of torque and 30 horse in something that weighs just over 4,000 pounds. I think where I noticed the biggest difference though is in lower RPMs, just rolling into the throttle. You can notice a little bit more torque down there at low RPM. I've been keeping an eye on the learned knock. That's something that's super, super sensitive on the FA20 DIT powered Subarus, WRX, the Lavorg, and the Forester XT. And I'm sure the parameters are different within the actual ECU between Ford and Subaru. It hasn't budged at all on here, so that's good. The octane adjust, I have that on there, just seeing what that would do. It says 0 right now. Because I don't have 93 octane here, I was seeing if that would change at all, because all I have is 91 available. Nice! I know someone's gonna ask about the fuel economy and how that's gonna change, or if it's gonna change, and honestly, I don't really care. I didn't buy a Bronco because I wanted it to be fuel efficient. If I wanted to buy something fuel efficient, I would have bought a hybrid or an EV. I already got bugs all over the windshield. I literally just washed this thing. Well, at least I got to give some attention to Pokey. This thing really needed it. It's just been neglected, sitting outside while working on the Celica. As far as the Celica goes, I was just waiting on materials to do the rear quarter panel repair and to do some leading. I personally have never done leading before on bodywork. I also ordered one of those dent pulling tools that kind of welds itself to the dent, and then you can pull it out with like a slide hammer. So that way I can pull out the rest of these little dings in the corner. So I may be trying to figure out how to do this on my own. And also Junkyard Dave from Colorado, he is planning on coming down here from Colorado to help out Angel and I with finishing up the paint and body work on the car. So I'll let Schmidt was on my back window. I know this is completely unrelated to what I'm doing right now, but the only chance I'm gonna get to work on this Bronco is right now while making this video. So I just had to get these water spots off the middle of this back window. Much better, nice and fresh. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video on the Celica, as well as I got a really good car review coming up. I actually have banger car reviews scheduled up ahead too. Anyway, bye.